Yo, what's up, everybody? Hanging out Labor Day weekend, Sunday night. Model building. I mean, what else do you want to do? Family's in the other room playing video games, wife's watching TV, and I'm just chilling down here in the basement in my little sanctuary. Anyway, building Iron Man, I think I'll do a review of him. Who doesn't love Marvel? Who doesn't love Iron Man? Come on. Nice model. Definitely pros and cons. Anyway, I'll do a review on that. But what I wanted to talk about, let me get this out of the way, is nippers. I know there's people out there that have talked about the different styles, but I wanted to do my piece out there, put it out there, see if anybody's got any ideas that they can share with me, and I'll share my thoughts on using nippers. Single-bladed, folks. I prefer single-bladed. So basically, one end is dull, the other end slices through the plastic, so it's kind of like a guillotine effect, and just comes down and makes a nice straight cut. Whereas double-bladed nippers are angled, and you're pinching your model off, right? And you're usually leaving high spots or white spots. I mean, you can use a tool like this. I'm reviewing. Just got this little tool. It's like a glass file. Anyhow, I'll do something on this as well. This thing is fantastic so far. But you can use these in conjunction with these. Like these nippers here are very common in the marketplace, and they're relatively inexpensive, right? So if you don't mind doing some file work, certainly, you got to do 2 cuts anyways. You're going to cut this, do a little peak, and then you can sand it down flat. But if you do with this, you can get less time with the sander, right? You don't want to be spending your whole model kit sanding a model, right? Like that gets really tedious. And I think that's why people shy away from it sometimes. So if you can cut that down and make your cuts precise, I think you can get a better precision cut with a flat blade or single blade nipper. Now, when you're cutting the sprues, I don't know if we can see this. Where's my camera at? And I apologize for the camera. I don't know if I've already apologized, but I'll try to get better. You have 2 ends, a thicker end, and taper down to the actual piece. This is not in focus. I apologize. You take your double-bladed nippers and you cut back right at the thick portion. Don't fret. Just go ahead. I find I get violent cuts like that, and things fly off the sprue. That's why I don't like to do it. See, just lost that piece. So you use your double-bladed. You cut that far back. You set those aside. You pick up your single-bladed, and then you find your flat point where you want your flat point to be. You cut it off. Give it a little feel with your finger. The other part is so thin it popped off, but try to clean it up. Give it a feel. Yeah, all right. If it's got a rough edge, or if you can see a white spot, you take your little tool and just give it a little sand, right? And then you put your piece on. This model kit comes with tons of small pieces. I got to talk to somebody about that. But anyways, pros and cons to all of that. I'll talk about that in my review. This is, I guess, missile pod. This is so cool. If you're a big kid at heart, you would love something like this. Eat it up. Iron Man. Although, forewarning, and again, I'll touch upon it. This is more of an advanced build, so be forewarned. Yeah, so I like to do, but what I like to do, I do a 2-stage cut, and I like to use just one nipper. I don't want to keep switching back and forth. So I find on each sprue piece, it tapers down towards the model. So I'll cut back with my single blade, leaving a little bit of sprue left behind that's visible. And right there, I'll take the piece, find where I want my flat spot, give it a little cut and feel, right? Same here. Maybe. Yeah. And now, like that piece there, there's just a little nub. And that's, so if you're really finicky, you take your tool, clean it off, and then you put it on. So each pod is individual here. You have to cut it off. The cool part about it, it's so modular that they give you these pieces, effect pieces, where you can have one of these pods shooting out. So you can pick where you want it to shoot out from. So the fact that they're all modular is a good thing for effect, like how you want to set it up. But anyways, this is not about this model. This is about the nippers. So single bladed, give them a try. If you have some questions and you'd like me to cover something that I didn't mention, let me know. I'd definitely love to talk about that. But yeah, give them a try. You can pick them up. I would say a decent set of single bladed at $30, all the way to $100. By the way, there's things called God hands, and they're out of my price range. A little too expensive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.